Hey everybody, welcome back. We are in week 6 of Smartphone Theater. So I'm thrilled that we have 5 in the can. So basically 5 online. So if you want to see any of our old shows, please go and visit our old shows. They're wonderful. And now we have week 6. And today is a little bit different because in the past we've done 1 show and tonight we're actually doing 2. So they're a little bit shorter, but one's going to go right after the other. And then after we do the 2, we're going to have a little talk back. So with everybody, with both casts, 1 director, and both playwrights. And again, we'll have you home by 6 o'clock tonight. So thank you for joining us. And without further ado, I'm going to bring you Checkmate. And Checkmate is by Willard Manus. It's directed by Stuart Berg. We have Kimberly Green as Ming, Stuart J. Zully as Clark. Scene 1, a chess club. 2 people sit at a table playing a game of chess. They are Clark, a physics professor, and Ming, a Chinese student. Clark makes a move attacking Ming's queen with his knight. She deliberates, then makes a move, withdrawing her queen to a single square. He immediately knocks off a pawn with his bishop. She winces and cries out.
Oh no.
Checkmate, Gamba.
Damn. What a stupid mistake I made.
I've made the same mistake many times. You simply didn't pay attention to my bishop, did you?
So true.
Whoa. Guess how long the game lasted?
3 hours.
4 is more like it. Wow. I am wiped out.
Me too. I'm used to playing speed chess, finishing a game in less than half an hour. You play such a good game, Professor.
Not true. Most times I screw up, just like you did today.
I don't agree. Your game is steady. You kept attacking my defenses, chipping away at them with your rooks and queen. I'm so glad you agreed to be my teacher.
Hey, there are other players in the club whose skills far outshine mine.
But none of them is as patient and kind as you are.
Please, I'm blushing.
Can I ask you how your work is doing these days?
Of course, I'd say it's going tolerably well.
No problems?
None I can talk about.
Too bad.
Why?
I'm studying nuclear physics myself, remember? I have so many questions to ask.
I'm sorry, I'm involved in a government project. It's all very hush-hush.
Hush-hush. Sounds Chinese.
What's the Chinese equivalent?
Anjing.
Nice word. Anjing. Listen, would you like to have dinner with me tonight?
Oh my God. Professor, are you really asking me out?
Does that bother you?
Not really.
I know it's a bit irregular for a man of my age to.
Oh, you're not that old, are you?
I'm more than twice your age.
Not a problem for me.
Truly?
Truly.
Well then, let's decide on a place to eat. I'm starving.
Me too. Chess does take it out of you.
As a wise man once said, the game keeps mad people sane.
I think it's the other way around. Chess makes sane people mad.
I'm curious to know, how did you become interested in the game?
Well, most Chinese people play Go, not chess. But cities like Shanghai and Beijing had chess clubs until Mao Zedong shut them down for political reasons. Players like my father had to give up the game.
Was your father a good player?
He was one of the best in the country, on his way to being a grandmaster.
What a shame he had to quit.
It cost him his life. He died young of a broken heart.
Leaving you without a father and a mentor, right?
I mean, I tried to study chess on my own, books and magazines, and then later the computer. I didn't have much playing experience when I came to this country, which explains the stupid mistake that I made.
Hey, you're being too hard on yourself. I admire the way you play. Direct, daring, always on the attack.
The opposite of your slow, steady, careful game. You always manage to win.
You're young. You're getting better all the time.
Well, thanks to you. Thanks to you, Professor. Thanks with your help.
I'm the thankful one here. I have the rare chance to enjoy a little female company.
I don't understand. Aren't you married?
You know, my wife died a few years ago. Haven't spent much time with a woman since.
Surely there are some women at work.
Female nuclear physicists are as rare as feathers on a turtle.
Well, that's changing. A whole new generation of physicists is coming up, and some of them need to pee.
Well, I'd be quite pleased to turn the whole business over to you gals. It would leave me with lots of free time to play chess. Now, what kind of food would you like to eat tonight?
What's my choice?
Well, I usually go for French or Chinese.
Chinese? Are you kidding? I didn't move halfway around the world to eat Chinese.
Okay, then. French it is.
Très bien.
Très, très bien.
Blackout. Scene 2.
It was quite a night. We had a nice dinner, killed 2 bottles of wine, then came back here to my place and made love. I pretended to sleep and watched her slip out of bed, go to my computer, and hack into it. Yeah, and when she finally found the file she wanted, she studied it so intently that she failed to notice me watching her. As she continued to pore over that file, I closed my eyes and I pretended to be asleep again.
Scene 3. Lights up at the chess club. It's later that day.
Checkmate. I won the game.
Indeed you did, with some brilliant moves.
I got lucky when you suddenly checked me with your rook.
It was an unfortunate mistake. And it allowed you to pour everything into your end game.
I took a chance, a desperate chance.
It won you the game.
I can't believe it. I finally beat you.
This calls for a celebration. Champagne?
You brought champagne?
to celebrate our special night. Here's to you, Ming. You are a very formidable person.
I hope that's a compliment.
Indeed it is. You've got it all. I mean, you're smart, beautiful, and a wonderful chess player. You have the potential to become a grandmaster someday.
Winning one game from you does not make me a grandmaster.
You're also an outstanding student, a budding nuclear physicist who came to this country to
Get her doctorate.
and spy on me, right?
What did you say?
Ming, I know you hacked into my computer last night.
No,
I also know that you're a member of the Chinese secret police, the MSS.
that's not true.
Ming, please, game over, huh? You know, no more play acting.
Oh, okay, look, I admit to peeking into one of your files, but it was just, I just wanted to see if you were dating other girls.
Please, you can do a whole lot better than that.
It's the truth. I'm in love with you, Professor, and I let my jealousy get the better of me.
If only that were true.
It is. I swear it.
Ming, give it up. I was tipped off months ago that you were a spy.
Who told you? The CIA?
They know everything about you.
Are you with the CIA yourself?
Let's just say that I cooperate with the agency from time to time.
Shit. So what now? Are you going to turn me in?
That depends.
On what?
On you. Do you truly care for me? Or was all that just bullshit?
I meant what I said.
So glad to hear that. Because, you see, I've fallen in love with you. And I want desperately to keep you in my life.
Even though you know I've been spying on you.
We're even in that respect. My orders have been to keep you under surveillance.
And feed me bits of information about your work, right?
Bits of false information, of course.
So it's all been a game on your part.
A kind of chess game, I guess. There's no reason it has to end, though.
I don't understand.
Nothing has to change, Ming. We can go on spying each other and loving each other.
But how is that possible? You just outed me.
Nobody needs to know that.
Don't you need to report this to your handlers?
What they don't know won't hurt them. Same goes for your handlers.
My handlers are very smart, tough people.
We'll keep them happy by continuing to feed them bits and pieces of information. Worthless information, of course.
They'll soon realize that something is wrong.
In a year's time is my guess.
I don't know. What you're suggesting is very, very dangerous.
Only if I betray you. And I wouldn't do that. Because I truly do care for you.
Well, what about the CIA? What will they do when they discover that we're having an affair?
They've known all along that you were sent here to seduce me.
Did you know that as well?
I'm afraid so.
That explains why you treated me so coldly at first. So cautiously.
I must admit I was a bit leery of you. I thought you might have been sent here to assassinate me. But then I discovered what a terrific chess player you are.
That's what turned you on. Not my charm, but my chess game.
Does that come as a surprise?
It shouldn't, because that's exactly what happened to me. You first struck me as being old and boring. But playing chess with you changed all that. It made me realize what a good person you are.
So, what do you think? Do we dare keep this little game of ours going?
I don't know if I have the courage.
We could stop anytime you want. Just say the word and we'll break it off.
Do you really think we can get away with it for a year?
A year of good times, good sex, and above all,
Good chess.
not just good chess, great chess, world-class chess.
All right. I like that.
So do I. Why don't we celebrate by playing another game?
Great idea.
She reaches for the dice.
Even is white, black is odd.
I'll take odd.
She tosses.
Odd it is. What say we do something different? Play a speed game.
Like in China?
Yeah, 1 minute to move, a complete game in less than an hour.
Well, should we play for anything?
Yeah. Who's on top next when we make love?
Excellent idea.
They begin to play. She moves. He thinks fast, then makes his move. She does the same. It goes like that, with the two of them making one speedy move after the other. Crazy. It's madcap. They can't help but laugh as they play, slapping their pieces down and exuberantly having the time of their lives, but also keeping a wary eye on each other. End of play. Thank you, everyone. That's play number one. Thank you, Stuart and Kimberly and Stu.
Thank you.
And our next play is called A Couple of Horses' Asses by Dave Field. It's also been directed by Stu Berg. We have Lisa Richards as Anne and Steve Mendillo as Michael. The scene is the grounds of a VA hospital. The year is 2000. Michael sits on a bench wearing a robe and pajamas. Anne, a high-maintenance lady in a fashionable summer dress, enters. She carries a large book. We hear a sound of a distant train.
Hello, Michael.
Hello.
It's Anne. Anne Dugan.
Yeah, that's the 510 from Erie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's on time.
It's always on time.
Yeah. So, I don't know whether you heard me, but it's Anne Dugan. But that's what it was when you used to know me. And since then, it's been Anne Epstein and Jeffers and Winslow. And now it is Anne Chambers.
Hello, 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 hello.
Hello, Michael. Mm, mm. How are you?
Oh, fine.
That's so good. I'm fine too. It's been a while, 50 years. I came back for the reunion. Hamburg High, class of 50. That's us. Do you remember that?
That what?
Well, it's nice here. You spend a lot of time here?
Yes.
Do you have activities?
Yes.
Like what?
I read.
That's so good.
I walk around.
Oh, that's good too.
You see those? You see those railroad tracks over there?
Yeah.
5 feet, 8.5 inches wide. Yeah, that's how wide the tracks are.
Oh, that's nice.
You know why?
No.
Yeah, well, because that's the way they built them in England. And the U.S. railroads were built by English patriots.
Oh,
Yeah,
you have always liked trains, haven't you?
yeah.
Oh, I remember.
Huh?
I remember you had Lionel trains in your room and they went all the way down the hall to the den and then they went around your den, back up the hall, and you had little towns and you had bridges and crossings. Do you remember that?
Trains.
Yes, trains. You loved them at Woodview Court. Remember, that's where you grew up and I did too. You were at one end of Woodview and I was at the other end. Can you say Woodview Court?
Woodview Court.
Yes, yes. So do you remember any of that?
You know why the English built their train tracks to be 5 feet, 8.5 inches wide?
No.
Because the first rail lines in England were built by the same people who built the pre-railroad ramways. Or say they have the tramways, tramways, and then that's the actual gauge that they use.
Well, I'll make a note of that. Anyway, last night we had the big party. I was very nervous. I didn't know whether I recognized anybody, but I did. I recognized Betty Gompers right away, and Joel Quincy, and even Gino Rossetti. Remember him? Remember him, the jock? Oh God, he is a whale. So anyway, so we had dinner, and then we all gave some speeches, lied about our lives, and those of us that could stand up, danced. You were always such a good dancer. Do you remember? You probably still are.
Well, I don't know. So why were the English tramways always 5 feet, 8.5 inches wide?
Do you remember Peg of My Heart? Ted Weems, or That's My Desire, Frankie Lane? Or our favorite, Slow Boat to China. I'm going to take you on a slow boat to China, all to myself alone.
So why were the English tramways 5 feet, 8.5 inches wide?
I have no idea.
Because the people who built the tramways also would use the same jigs and the same tools that they used for building wagons, and the wagon wheels were 5 feet. 4.5 inches apart.
You know, does this look familiar? It's our yearbook, you know. 50 years, Hamburg High, echoes of the 50s. Oh, look it, there you are. Michael Blake, Mikey, football, basketball, track. You were a varsity star. Look at you, what a hunk. Who's this? It's me.
It's a girl.
It's a girl, yes, it's me, it's me. Well, like when I was a girl. Okay. And I was your girl, Michael.
You were?
Yes, I was. Look at this picture. You see those two? Don't they make a handsome couple?
Yes.
Yes. Well, who do you think they might be? Okay. 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 Anyway, what I came to say was that I did not come to see those other people. I came to see you, and you were the first person I asked about, and then they told me where to find you.
Who are you?
Orphan Annie. That's what you used to call me, remember? Because I had that big dog, Sandy, my St. Bernard, and he even said, "Arf."
Oh, so then why did they build the wagon wheels 5 feet 8.5 inches apart?
I don't know, Michael, why?
Well, because the wagon wheels had to fit in the ruts on the road. And if they didn't, then their axles would break.
Right.
And you see, the ruts in the road
We're 4 feet 8.5 inches apart. Michael, I don't know whether this means anything to you, but we grew up together. And in our senior year, we went steady. Steady. Does that mean anything to you?
oh,
Does any of it ring a bell?
no. But I'll tell you this, that Imperial Rome, you see, that's why they had to have the chariot wheels built that exact width.
The chariots?
Yeah, the chariots, the Romans drove them when they invaded. Yeah.
Well, that's something. That goes all the way back to Rome.
Imperial Rome.
Yeah.
Well, so why were the chariot wheels 5 feet 8.5 inches wide?
You tell me.
Well, because the chariots were so big that it took at least 2 horses to pull them. And according to Imperial Rome, 2 horses' asses are 5 feet 8.5 inches wide.
Well, here we are, Michael. Couple of horses' asses.
Yeah, a couple of horses' asses.
Yeah. It's nice to see you smile.
So, well, do you have any more photos?
No. Well, yes, wait, there's just one, but it's not on paper, but it is in my head. You in your army uniform at the Port Authority bus terminal in New York. Do you remember that?
I'm trying.
The boys who didn't go to college didn't get deferments. So you went to Fort Dix, that's in New Jersey, and I went to Vassar. And we wrote every day, at least I did, and then every week, and then every couple of weeks. And then I began dating this boy, and well, I wasn't getting any mail from you at all, and till just before Christmas, and then this grubby little postcard came. You were getting your first weekend pass, and you asked me to meet you in New York. I didn't exactly know how I was going to tell you it was over, so I didn't answer it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I'm sorry too. It was pretty cowardly of me.
No. I mean, I just peed.
Oh, should I tell somebody?
No. Because I have a diaper.
Should I go?
No. Please don't go, because I like to hear you talk.
Well, there isn't much more to tell, except that at the last minute, I got guilt pangs. So on the Friday of your weekend pass, my new boyfriend and I took the train to New York, and then we took a taxi over to the Port Authority building, and there you were. You look so pathetic, and you'd grown so thin. Your uniform was too big for you, and your neck was sticking out of your collar like a pencil. And you had one of those awful, horrible buzz cuts, you know.
Why are you crying?
Because I had to tell you that I couldn't see you anymore.
No.
And the look on your face. It was as though I'd stabbed you through the heart. You didn't say anything, you just turned. You turned, and you just walked away.
You're getting your dress wet.
Oh, I know it's been 50 years, but I swear a week doesn't go by that I don't think about that, and the pain of it, and the guilt because you went off to Korea where those terrible things happened to you. And I went off and I had this silly, fabulous, useless life. Oh. Train.
Uh-oh. No,
Yeah.
there it is. It's the one from 200 miles away.
It's time for me to go.
I know, but the train is here. It's late, and so the one from Erie.
Yeah.
That's 15 miles away
Yes.
in Buffalo.
Yes. Well, I'm late.
No.
Yes.
But yeah, do you live near here?
I live in California,
Oh.
so I won't get back very often, but I could write if you like. Bye, Michael.
Bye. Wait.
Yes?
Do we know each other?
Yes, we do.
And did we ever kiss?
Yes, we did. Lots. like this. God bless you, Michael. I think of you every day.
Annie! Orphan Annie!
End of play. All right. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to unmute our both casts and see if we can get our video going. And we will take the next 15 minutes. So if everybody can activate their videos, that would be great. We have both.
Hey,
We have playwrights. Both plays were directed by Stu. And let me change the view here so everybody can see each other. Yeah, so there we go. Here's our whole kit and caboodle. Dave Field, hey, you're good. Let me unmute you. And Lisa and Steve, can you unmute yourselves? Oh, you're good. Nope, Lisa and Steve, just bottom left-hand corner. There we go.
Right.
And Stu, let's see. Stu, you have the bottom left-hand corner. There we go. We have the whole team. Okay, before we get started, and we can both do a chat, and you guys can ask questions. There's more of the chat than the Q&A. So before we get started, I do want to remind everybody that to go to the website, there is a tip jar on there. So if you want to tip. Also, on the website itself, it has all the information, both about the playwright, the director. There's all of our cast, our wonderful cast, and about the platform itself. So if you have any questions, just go to smartphonetheater.com and you have all sorts of stuff. Okay, so here we go. With our chat, you can also raise your hand. So if you guys have this, hey, there's a hand raising option. So there's, and I'll allow you guys to talk. So just let me know. Great job. Let's see. First thing I do is read all the chats. We have a lot of them. Again, feel free to raise your hand. And by the way, we had a room of 57 people today. So it's our biggest room, which is really fantastic. So I'm thrilled you guys came out. Let's see. So where are you gonna do? Where is it? Great job, heart-wrenching in a good way. Bravo, actors. That's from Kate Kaplan. Kudos to all 4 actors tonight. Let's see. Oh my God, tour de force, Lisa and Steven. That's from Cindy Dolence. Peter Flood says, wonderful. Thank you and bravo. Wow, I love both of these pieces. Well done. That's from Sandra Curry. Lisa Beautiful, Joseph Walsh. Again, folks, feel free to raise your hand. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep on reading. If you have any questions, or even if you just want to say hi, you guys can talk back and forth. Shirley Snyderman. Hello, Shirley. Let's see. Hopefully, let's see. I'm trying to unmute you. There we go, Shirley. You should be on.
Yeah, but I don't see my face.
We won't see your face, but we'll hear your voice.
Okay, great. It was wonderful. Thank you for including me in this. I loved it.
Glad you're here.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Great scenes. Great scenes.
Thank you very much. Thanks very much. Everybody, that cast was terrific. Do you have any questions, or this is a nice attaboy? Please, I'll take it.
Just enjoy. Are these particular single scenes, or were they from a play?
They're actually 2 plays. They're 2 short plays. I could let David or Will, if you want to chime in about your plays.
you go first, Will. Well, my play is certainly a short play. It's not part of a longer work.
Mm-mm. Okay.
And David?
Well, ditto. I wrote this play maybe 30, 40 years ago.
Wow.
And it's been playing around in little situations like this. And this is an opportunity to screen it again. So thank you, Todd, for making it happen.
Oh, Dave, thanks for
Yeah, it's really good.
you made it happen. So fantastic. All right, Shirley, thank you. Hope to
Sure.
see you soon in real life.
That'd be good.
Yes. Okay. All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, Gina Costa.
Gina.
Gina. Yes.
Okay. Hi, you guys. Congratulations. I was so happy to see everyone. You did such a beautiful job, both plays. And it's just fantastic. So congratulations, David and Will and Stu and the actors. And it was such a pleasure. So thank you. Thank you for letting me grab a slice of pizza and a glass of wine and come to the theater. Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful job, you guys.
Thanks, Gina.
Thank you.
Don't go far, by the way.
Thanks, Gina.
Just saying, don't go far. All right, moving on to Lisa Robbins. Oh, wait a minute. I think I just hit Devin. Lisa, you're next. Devin O'Brien. Can you unmute yourself or I'm gonna, Devin, you're on, go for it.
Guys, thank you. That was so beautiful, all of you. Now, I came on a little late, so please forgive me, playwrights, but I'm not sure who wrote which one because I want to address you both. I'm sorry. Who wrote which play, please?
Okay, you guys have to chime in.
Playwright is Will Manus.
Will, which play did you write, please? I'm sorry, I came in a little-
Checkmate, the first one.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
that was so. I think the actors did a beautiful job. I love the power play, and I was so surprised that he knew and was watching her. I love that phone call that he made. I love how things flipped around and how they, came to their own agreement about how they were going to carry on. That was really sexy and charming, and it was a true chess game. So that was beautiful. I love
Thank you.
watching. Well, thank you. I love watching.
The actors were terrific, and Stu Berg, everybody put a lot of work in on it. I find this whole thing really exciting. It's like the first stage of a new theater form, miniature theater. I'm sure all of the technology will be refined and expanded over the years. And it's really exciting to be part of it. I feel really good about the whole thing, not just the plays, but the whole idea of it and all the work that Todd has put in.
Yeah, thank you, Todd.
It's opening a new door,
Yeah, for all of us. And I agree wholeheartedly. And also, and I love what Gina said about pizza and wine in your house. You can go to the theater. David, I loved your play as well. I still feel like crying over it. I think you were the luckiest playwright in town to get those two actors to play those roles.
You're right.
That was the best kiss I've seen on screen in such a long time. Lisa, I was like thinking, wow, this is a fabulous kiss. That was really, but the whole thing and
It was fun to practice.
practice. And the whole thing about the chariots and the poignancy and and her beautiful response, her understanding of his condition just got more and more and more painful and more beautiful. And I just loved it so much. And I love seeing Lisa, and I love seeing Steve Mendillo play that role. So thank you all, and thank you, Todd, for your re-envisioning theater for all of us. Thank you.
Thanks, Devin. You'll be here soon. Don't go far also. Thank you. All right, now we're going to go to Lisa Robbins. Let's see.
Hi, you guys.
Hi, Lisa.
Lisa, hi.
Hi, Lisa. You're on.
Oh, it was?
Lisa, can you hear? Oh, wait a minute.
It's technology.
Let's try this.
Okay. Hello?
There we go.
Hi,
Hey.
Lisa.
Hi, you guys. It's so wonderful to see your beautiful faces. The work was just excellent. I don't see how either play could have been better cast. Honestly, it was just beautiful. And it almost, they both almost seemed like they were written for the format, even though I know that's not the case. They both worked very, very well for Zoom theater. I loved, they were both so creative, and the chess game was amazing. I didn't know who was playing who, and I loved the way that went on till the very end. And Lisa and Steve, oh my God, that was so moving. And Dave, what a beautiful, beautiful play. So I just wanted to thank you in person with my voice, and can't wait to see you guys again.
Thank you, Lisa.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa.
Lisa. Okay, I'm just going to read a couple more. So Sandra Curry says, it was seamless, great, great forum. Please offer my suggestion to Will to develop it further. So there you go, Will.
If he has any ideas, he should let me know.
Tracy Silver says, Stephen and Lisa, you are glorious. Oh, wait a minute. And now we have Susan Morgenstern. Susan, you're on.
Hey, Susan.
Hey, Kimberly. So my question as a director is for Stu Berg, who
I'm right here for you, Bill.
I had the pleasure of working with many, many years ago myself, back when I was an actress. Stu, what my question is for you is, did you rehearse the actors in this format? Did you have a Zoom rehearsal with them?
Yeah, we did very much. And first of all, they were, not only were the scripts great, but the people were just terrific and extraordinarily cooperative. If you don't rehearse in this particular system, then when you go up, you're going to have certain problems.
Sure.
And the idea is that in addition to the interpretation of their parts and whatever assistance, I could render ideas that they came up with, one of the key things was how can we show the audience that even though I could be miles apart, and actually last week, one actor was in Canada, if I'm correct, and then the other actor was here in LA, is that they are really in the same place at the same time. So we worked a lot on positioning and eye direction, and also Todd was did an incredible job. I didn't want to have what I call ping pong cutting, where your head is swiveling back, forth, back, forth, back, forth, back, and forth.
Right.
And yet, though the system doesn't allow itself, because it's voice activated, it doesn't allow you to do the same thing twice. The fact that we could do some overlaps worked out much better than we thought that they might. So that one person, obviously would begin to talk before we saw them, and it sort of softened the cutting. But it was really the actors. I mean, their ability to communicate with each other and with me was incredible. But you have to, take into account what you can and can't do on the system. And I think there's a lot of things we can do as directors and actors, and one man, Mr. Felderstein there. But I don't know if that answers your question, but so be it.
Yeah, thanks. And I assume, of course, that Steve and Lisa are in fact married in real life, which was, of course, perfect so that you could have them in the same Zoom frame.
Yeah, well, that was sort of a lucky break.
Yeah, well, they were terrific together.
Yeah. The next thing we have to do is figure out how we can, handle the computer like a camera and through pans and tilts and whatever else we want to do. But it was great fun, I love working with Will and with David, and the cast were amazing.
Yes, both casts were amazing. My last comment is I've also had the pleasure of directing Kimberly Green in a show. So shout out to Kimberly. Great job today. Really, really
love you, Susan. Miss you.
It's good to hear your voice, Susan.
Thanks, Stu. Great to see you.
Thanks, Susan. Great to hear from you. Okay, we're going to move to Thurn Hoffman.
Thurn. Hi, Thurn.
Thurn and Sandra.
Can you hear me?
You're on.
Third and Sandra, what a way to spend Friday night. I know we've known a great way every Friday to spend our evenings on Friday with Emmy Lou and you too. So tonight was a thrill. It was really, really wonderful to be with you tonight. And you guys were great. All of you were. It was just wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you. Nora.
Thank you.
This is Emmy Lou. This is Emmy.
Thank you. All right.
Sorry, I lost you guys.
Oh, you're back. Yes.
Sure.
I had to use my phone.
Okay. We're going to go to Michael Kavanaugh. Michael, you're up.
Good afternoon, good evening, everybody. I just want to add my voice to the choir of joyful viewers. Everybody has been very, very complimentary, and you guys deserved it. David, I know your work, and I've always loved it. Will, I don't know your work, but now I do, and I love it. And how fortunate for you and for Stu and for us to have such wonderful casts. It was really, the machinations of your piece, Will, were wonderful, and then the moving part of your piece, David, was very touching. The whole time was just a glorious experience, and I'm very much appreciative, and thank you all, and of course, Todd, thank you. It's just a wonderful way to spend a little while.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
Yeah, Stu Berg, you rock.
Hey, Michael, how you doing, kiddo?
Still standing.
We'll take care of that.
Oh, thanks. Delighted to be able to see such great work. And Lisa, your little puppy cat, huh? What is it?
Yeah.
All right, again, thank you all very much. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you, Michael. Devin has a question. She says, how was it for the actors not in the same room? So that would go to Zully, to Stu Zully, and to Kimberly. How was this? How did it feel?
You know, it feels like an audition. When you go to an audition and there's a camera and then you have a reader. And so I was kind of like, I'm creating who I'm speaking to. It just felt like I was working with a camera. I didn't feel like I was really in the scene. I was like, it was a lot more technical, like making sure I'm looking at the right angle and making sure that I can create this person who's not really here.
I'd like to describe this as a radio play. I mean, so, you know, because it's very much voice activated in the beginning. So, so you really have to be involved from a voice perspective. Stu Zully, what do you think?
Well, it's true. It's very unlike theater because we don't hear the audience. You don't sense the audience. It's kind of in a vacuum. So it is more like, you know, maybe shooting a film. You know, you shoot a film and there's no audience response. You don't get that response until a year later when the film comes out. So it's just a different form. It's awkward. It's strange. But it's something that we're all going to try to adjust to. I know even the other day there was something from the Public Theater in New York, a full play, and they worked around these boxes, and it was a fascinating experiment to watch. The play was written for Zoom, and I think, you know, at least for the next year or whatever we might have, this is what's going to be our fix for us theater folk, you know. But it's unlike real theater because I didn't even hear anybody coughing. You know, forget about laughing, but usually hear somebody coughing.
It's Zumba theater. That's what it is.
This is your, and we'll wrap it up. So Zully, this is your second piece. You are in the opening piece. Has it changed? Has the process changed for you?
Oh, you mean the opening piece from 6 weeks ago?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, that one was different just because the setting of that was in an outdoor stadium, you know, in Giant Stadium. So that was a little bit bizarre, and that was tricky. I liked how Lisa and Steve were because they were together in the room. And in that other piece that I worked on, we were theoretically like together looking out. This, I think, plays because we're looking across the chess table, the chessboard at each other. So I think that it was just a different technique involved that worked,
Well, from now on, we're going to make sure that our two performers get married before the
Yes.
production.
Okay, if that's okay with Kim, and my wife.
You have to ask my fiance. I don't know.
Yeah, and my wife, so.
We have one more question. This will be the last one. That's from Caitlin. So Caitlin, you're on.
Thank you so much for the invite, and I appreciate being a part of this. It was fantastic. I loved it. Just a quick question. The piece where the two people were not in the same room, and it might be a technical question. Is there an option to have it split screen?
Yes and no. The split screen are still boxes, and the boxes become side by side. So it's not a split screen in the traditional sense, but it becomes boxes.
Yes, I've seen that. Is that an option in a webinar? Because this is a different. I'm not.
That option does exist.
Okay, thank you.
There are ways to make that work. Okay. All right, guys, that's great. I just want to say thank you to everybody. You guys are, I'm an audience, so I love it. I just love it. I love every aspect of this. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Todd.
Thank you, everybody.
It's terrific.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, very good.
Before we leave, I want to give a quick 3 shout outs. So today's my cousin Michael Eckenberg's birthday. Happy birthday, Michael. Tomorrow's Mike Ivner's birthday. Happy birthday, Mark Ivner. And then Sunday is my dad's birthday. So happy birthday, Dad. I hope
Hey, that's great.
Happy birthday.
Yes.
Congratulations to you, Todd. You did a good job of all these shows.
And Tuesday's my birthday, so that's
Tuesday's Lisa's birthday.
a lot of May birthdays.
All right, a lot of May birthdays. Happy birthday, Lisa.
I have to say,
Guys, I'm going to hit so I want to say thank you to our audience.
Yes.
And to my cast and crew and Stu, the director, and both playwrights, Will and Dave. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to hit end meeting, which is basically going to end this for everybody. So
signing off.
You guys.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Have a good
Bye,
weekend.
guys. Bring a pizza and
Good
wine,
work,
everybody.
everyone.
Stay safe.
Thank you, Stu.
Stay
Thank
safe,
you, Will.
please.
Thank you, Clark.
Great job, guys.
Dave, I just lost Dave, but we have Lisa Field who says, bravo, Papa. Okay, bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.